वही है वही है वही है, it means whatsoever is he. He alone. He alone. He alone. This we can take as Ma's central teaching, central philosophy, quintessence of Ma's teaching. Now, if we ponder over this, statement seems very simple, but if we reflect upon it, we find it has a very, very deep meaning, and its implications are so vast. Just to illustrate, whenever we meditate, we struggle sometimes. Our mind is not peaceful. So many unwanted thoughts, feelings, emotions comes in, though we don't wish it. So at that time, what we are to do? I was telling that whenever such thoughts come to our mind in meditation, we need not to struggle, but we are to accept it. It is all the manifestation of God. God Himself is manifesting Himself in these different forms, in the form of imagination, emotions, feelings, thoughts, everything. So in this way, what happened? The power of the mind is loosened and we can overcome. And if we make a struggle, if we say, no, I don't want this, it will come with more force. So it will create tension. To avoid this tension and restriction, this is the simplest way Ma has shown to us. Just accept it as the form of God. So this is for inner feeling. Now, when we are not in a meditative state and we are in the world, here too, in the context of senses, we see so many things. We smell, we taste. Put a question. Who in the form of hearing, in the form of words, He alone. In the form of shapes and colors, in the form of taste, in the form of so many things. Who in the form of sounds, He alone. So our inner world, our inner perceptions, and our outer sensations, outer perceptions, they all become God. So we are following the technique of acceptance, not of rejection. This is Ma's teaching. We should not reject anything, because from truth nothing is excluded. It is all inclusive. So we should learn to accept. But to accept not as our previous perception told us, but as Ma told, as Ma has instructed us, as the manifestation of God, He Himself. So this is it. In many contexts, this technique may be applied. And the more we practice this, the more we find that our mind has become peaceful, it has become quiet. So this is the thing. I have narrated that experience, first experience of Ma. I did not read anything about her, did not listen about anything about her. Yet when I saw her first, I saw, at once I felt within, oh, God has come in this form. She is God, nothing else. She is not a woman or a saint or nothing. She is God, Goddess. And I am seeing right face to face. Suddenly it came. So this perception, and it never ceased. It remained constantly with me that she is not a woman. She is Goddess. This is her grace. She is working within us. We can talk, we can move, we can see, we can hear. It is just because of that power within us. And that power is Ma. Nothing will be possible if she is not. the wonderful thing she has said is that even an atheist cannot say that God is not, because God is in the form of not also. This not also is his form. So it is not possible to be an atheist. Today we shall start our talk with 5 great sentences of Mahavakyas, because they include the essence of Ma's teaching. First is Eko Brahma Dvitiyo Nasti. I have selected this sentence from Ma's utterances, from Ma's answers. 5 sentences. First is Eko Brahma Dvitiyo Nasti. It means Brahman is one, there is no other. Brahman, or reality, is one, there is no other. Eko Brahma Dvitiyo Nasti. There is no duality. Second, जहाँ एक ब्रह्म बोध है वहाँ कुछ छूटता नहीं. Ma says, where there is the knowledge or experience of that one Brahman, nothing is excluded there. This knowledge of non-dual reality is all inclusive. This is second. Third, Ma says, अपने को पाना माने भगवान को पाना, भगवान को पाना माने अपने को पाना. To attain oneself is to attain God, and to attain God is to attain oneself. To know oneself is to know Him, and to know Him is to know one's own self. This is third. It means if we have realized ourselves what we are, it is, this realization is identical with God's realization. After realizing oneself, there remains no need to realize God, because it itself is God realization. This is third. Fourth is, सब भगवान है, all is God. There is nothing except God, all is God. Whatever we perceive, is all is God. The last, fifth, then what is God? Ma says, whatever way you conceive, that God is. Whatever you say of Him, think of Him, that God is. He is one and at the same time infinite. So these are the 5 sentences which include all what Ma has said about in response to different answers. So when we feel that our mind is distracted, or we are not able to concentrate after closing our eyes, in such moments we should try to repeat these sentences. Just sit, relax yourself, keep our eyes open, see nature, and inwardly you repeat these sentences. Eko Brahm Dvitiyo Nasti. Brahman is one, there is no other. Where Brahman is, nothing is excluded there. To know oneself is to know Him, to know Him is to know oneself. All is God, and God is in whatever way you think of it. whatever we perceive outwardly or inwardly, that all is God. So these are the sentences. So you think over these 5 things, and then if there is any question, then you can put it. The realization of Shunya is not the complete realization of self. It is a step, a stage when we reach to Shunya. So there we should question when we turn from it, that who experienced this? Who is the observer of the Shunya? So Maya said it is a part of Prakriti, the Shunya. It means it is the blankness of mind which is realized as Shunya. But that is not the end of journey, because it is the experience of mind's state. It is a mental state. But reality is beyond mind. So in that state, there is no emptiness, but there is fullness of consciousness. That is Mahashunya. Mahashunya is a very typical expression. It says that emptiness is the fullness of truth, and fullness of truth is emptiness. It is both simultaneously. At one and the same time, you realize that it is all empty and it is all full. This is Mahashunya. So when you realize this as yourself, you have realized God, because God is that. From Shunya to Mahashunya. From the blankness of mind, you have to transcend this blankness, and then you reach another domain in the field of reality, where it no more remains Shunya, no more remains a state of mind. You have transcended mind then. So that differs from person to person. One technique or method is not for all. If this practice of I am, to stay with this I am, without identifying this I am with any other adjunct, body or mind, it is very good. But for some who have got inquiring mind, who are not satisfied with a given fact, so they are to put a question. To whom is this question? Answer is not to be given. It will reveal itself. It will come automatically. The answer comes from within, the real answer. And if we give answer from our mind, it is intellectual. But that is not real answer. So we are to concentrate to whom is this question. Who, not to whom is this question, who in the form of question. And sit silent. Just to wait for the answer. It is not that you have to suggest it is God, but just sit silent. Answer will come automatically. This is the way. Mind can never answer a real answer. It cannot give. It will be always mental. So when we say God is in the form of question and in every form, then the meaning should come. God is both word as well as meaning. The word we know, our mind repeats it, but the meaning we don't know. So meaning should be revealed. So what is that meaning? To explain anything or to understand anything, we have to apply words. If we try to find out the meaning, again we shall supply some word for it. So what is that meaning? It is consciousness. It is existence. Now those who do not realize, it is only a word. Consciousness is a word. Existence is a word. But for those who realize it, it's no more is a word, it is realization, it is experience. So this experience should come. When you see something, suppose this cloth, you are seeing it, you are having the knowledge of cloth. Now your eyes are seeing this cloth, your mind is telling you that this is cloth. And who is behind? Behind all this knowledge, all this pride of faculty of knowing. This is known. You are the knower. In between is the knowing. And the fourth element, who illumines all this pride, which is that? That is consciousness. This consciousness through your mind is working. When this consciousness manifests itself in your mind, it takes the form of pride. It becomes the knower, it becomes the object of knowledge, and it becomes the knowing. This consciousness is to be realized. This is God, and this is self. For mind it is word, but for those who realize it, it is not a word, not simply a word, it is more than word. It is a meaning, realization, experience. Sorry?